Hello, I'm John, and this is the Tao Te Ching series. I'm going through each verse of the Tao Te Ching. I'm going through my translation or rendition of the Tao, and we're moving on to chapter 71, To Know We Don't Know. This is another very simple sort of verse that really kind of pits knowledge or looks at knowledge as being a bit of a disease, or not knowledge as much as our arrogance of knowing. This really kind of points to, if you can't be humble, you're, you know, you're not aligned. If you can't recognize that you don't know, then you need to look at that, right? Because that's the current plague. So let's look at what it has to say here. It's a short one. Hopefully this will be real brief. To be aware that one does not know is healthy for all things. Avoiding awareness of this is a current plague. By acknowledging you have been infected, you can become aware and move towards healing. The master is cured herself. She is aware that she does not know. She is healthy in all aspects. As soon as I read that, things pop into my head of just like, oh, but what about? And what do I know, right? Like, oh, it's supposed to snow tomorrow. It's supposed to, you're supposed to do this. I'm supposed to do this. And then we get into into all of these supposedas, it's supposed to be this way. My childhood was supposed to be this way. My relationship or my marriage was supposed to be this way. That's the plague. The supposedas. That is to be aware that one does not know is healthy for all things. You don't know how it's supposed to go. Watch and see, observe, and supposedas are just what you expect things to be, and it's never going to turn out that way. So the best thing for you to do is to just relinquish trying to control or understand and accept things for as they are. I mean, I remember even as a kid when people were like, is it supposed to rain? I was like, what is that? What is that even supposed to mean? Like, how is that? If it rains, then it was supposed to rain. But if it doesn't, let it go. Just do what you do. Don't allow the rain or the relationship or other people to dictate how you're going to live your life. Like, just be who you are right now. And if you're out and it starts to rain, adjust. If it looks like rain and you're like, oh, I don't know, you don't go, well, I'm going to go because it doesn't matter. Like, well, but if you see something and you adjust, and if something is in your gut, and if something isn't, like, being in touch with this moment, whatever this moment happens to be, is what this is saying. It's like, don't allow the weatherman, or don't allow your teachers, or don't live under the influence. To be aware that one does not know is healthy for all things. You don't know where this is going. You don't know, like when we're in meditation and our minds move to what's next, that's us knowing that, oh, I got to do. I can't just be present. So try and find a space where you don't know. Avoiding awareness of this is the current plague. So and I talk about awareness avoidance as a big part of Recover Yourself, and awareness avoidance is the thing that you do when you feel something and you don't want to, right? I want to avoid being aware of this feeling, because if I can avoid being aware of this feeling, I don't have to deal with it. And that's not knowing. You actually don't know anything. You lie to yourself and tell yourself that you do know things so that you can feel more comfortable, but you don't know. You don't know if you're going to die tomorrow. You don't know if you're going to lose your job, or something's going to happen. And if you're open to all things, then you're open to, like, even those, when you avoid being aware of those dark thoughts in your mind, right? Like, what happens to those dark thoughts? They kind of grow. So it's like being aware of these things and addressing them and being like, I wonder where this is coming from. Don't just be like, I know, I know, I know, I know. I talk to people all the time. As soon as I tell them something, they're like, I know, I know, I know. And I'm like, all right, well, why am I talking? You don't know. Because if you did know, we wouldn't be here, right? By acknowledging you have been infected, by just acknowledging, right, that just becoming aware of the fact that you're infected with this plague called knowledge, or with this plague that you believe is what you know, what's supposed to be. You can become aware and move towards healing. Does that mean it just happens overnight? No. This is going to take the rest of your life. That's why you're here. This is what your life is for. Your life isn't to check off boxes. It's just traverse the time that you're here and observe and be aware. The master has cured herself. She is aware that she does not know. She is healthy in all aspects. You know, one would think, oh, the master has all the answers. No, the master has no answers. That is why they're a master. If you had all the answers, you'd be a buffoon. All right, well, that was 71. To know we don't know. Thank you so much. I'm Martin John, and this is the Tao Te Ching. And until next time, keep recovering yourself.